If there is one political leader in Africa whose time in power has sparked global debate, it is Paul Biya. Paul Biya was born on February 13, 1933, in the small village of Mvomakaa in southern Cameroon. He grew up in a Catholic family, and like many children during the colonial era, his early education was influenced by missionary schools. He attended Catholic schools in Cameroon before moving abroad for higher education, studying in Paris at the University of Paris. There, he studied law, political science, and international relations, training that would later prepare him for a career in government administration. When Biya returned to Cameroon in the early 1960s, the country had just gained independence from France. Young, educated elites were quickly absorbed into government positions. Biya began his career under First President Amadou Ahidjo. He rose quickly, appointed to administrative roles in 1962, and by 1968 he became Secretary General of the Presidency. In 1975, he was appointed Prime Minister of Cameroon, effectively the second most powerful person in the country. As Prime Minister, Biya was essentially the constitutional successor to President Ahidjo. Paul Biya has ruled Cameroon since 1982, making him one of the longest-serving presidents in the world. When he first assumed power, many believed a new era of reform and modernization would begin. But more than 4 decades later, his leadership has become one of the most controversial political stories in Africa. Biya became president in 1982 after the resignation of Amadou Ahidjo. He was constitutionally next in line. He promised openness, but Cameroon returned to a dominant one-party style, consolidating power through the CPDM. As of today, he has been in office for over 40 years, winning multiple elections including the controversial 2018 term. Supporters argue he provides stability, but critics say it comes at the cost of democratic freedoms. In 2008, Cameroon removed presidential term limits, allowing Biya to run for office indefinitely. Human rights groups have accused the government of restricting protests and limiting press freedom. One of the biggest challenges is the conflict in English-speaking regions, which began as protests in 2016. It escalated into an armed separatist conflict that has displaced hundreds of thousands of people. Today, one question dominates: how long can a leader remain in power before democracy begins to weaken? Because while stability is important, many believe that true democracy requires change and accountability.